Best return to the NFL, Jim Harbaugh. A year ago, Jim Harbaugh was on the verge of a national championship with Michigan. Fast forward to 2024, and he's back in the NFL, leading the Los Angeles Chargers to a remarkable turnaround. After a disastrous 5-12 season in 2023, Harbaugh has stayed the Chargers into playoff contention, proving once again that wherever he coaches, winning follows. Worst stupidity, Rashee Rice. Kansas City Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice was in serious trouble this year after engaging in a drag race on the North Central Expressway in Dallas. The resulting crash not only jeopardized his promising career but also left him with felony charges. What made matters worse was his decision to leave the scene of the accident, a terrible look for a player on the rise. Best career revival, Sam Darnold. Once a forgotten figure after being dumped by the New York Jets, Sam Darnold has resurrected his career with the Minnesota Vikings. After stints with Carolina and San Francisco, Darnold now leads the Vikings to a 14-2 record, positioning himself as an MVP candidate. With J.J. McCarthy waiting in the wings, the Vikings' decision to sign Darnold to a one-year deal looks like a brilliant move. Worst political stunt, Nick Bosa. 49ers defensive end Nick Bosa controversially made headlines this year, interrupting a live post-game interview to display a MAGA hat. While his right to free speech is undeniable, his lack of explanation and subsequent fines for violating the league's uniform policy sparked backlash. In contrast, his previous teammate, Colin Kaepernick, was far more transparent in explaining his stance when kneeling during the anthem. Best emergency kicker, Matthew Wright. Matthew Wright is the definition of a journeyman, with stops at 8 NFL teams since 2019. But his most notable moment came in December when he nailed a 31-yard walk-off field goal to help the Chiefs secure their 9th consecutive AFC West title. Wright's efforts solidified his spot in Chiefs history, even though he was waived just days after the victory, thanks to Harrison Butker's return from injury. Worst return on investment, Kirk Cousins. The Atlanta Falcons' signing of Kirk Cousins raised eyebrows, but it had turned into a costly mistake by December. The Falcons shelled out $180 million for a player coming off a torn Achilles, only to watch Cousins throw a league-high 16 interceptions before being benched in favor of rookie Michael Penix Jr. The deal and a fifth-round pick lost to anti-tampering violations now look like a massive financial blunder for Atlanta. Best improvisation, Josh Allen. Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen has been an improvisational genius this season. No moment was more emblematic of his playmaking than a 26-yard touchdown run against the Kansas City Chiefs in November. With a critical fourth hand to play on the line, Allen bolted out of the pocket, sealing the victory and snapping the Chiefs' 15-game win streak. Worst legendary impact, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers' time with the New York Jets has been a far cry from the MVP-caliber performances of his past. A torn Achilles in 2023 ruined his first season, and 2024 has been even worse. The firing of coach Robert Saleh, a 4-12 record, and Rodgers' worst performance has made the Jets' acquisition of the four-time MVP look like a mistake. Best emerging legend, Jayden Daniels. The Washington Commanders hit the jackpot with the second overall pick in the 2024 draft, selecting quarterback Jayden Daniels. He's already created a legendary rookie campaign, leading the team to their first playoff berth since 2020. Daniels became the first player in NFL history to throw a touchdown in the final 30 seconds of 5 games, establishing himself as the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Worst trash talker, Tyreek Stevenson. Chicago Bears cornerback Tyreek Stevenson learned a valuable lesson in humility this season after taunting fans during a game against Washington. As the Commanders lined up for a last-second desperation play, Stevenson's trash talk was quickly forgotten after he deflected the ball, setting up a miraculous touchdown pass from the Commanders. What is the moral of the story? Let your play do the talking. Best celebration, Josh Metellus and Cameron Bynum. The Minnesota Vikings safety duo, Josh Metellus and Cameron Bynum, have become synonymous with creative celebrations. Their flawless rendition of the dance scene from White Chicks after an interception was one of the season's best. The Vikings celebration game is always on point, with each routine more elaborate than the last. Best free agent pickup, Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's move to the Philadelphia Eagles was a masterstroke. The star running back has exceeded expectations, rushing for over 2,000 yards and setting his sights on breaking Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record. Meanwhile, his former team, the New York Giants, is left regretting their decision not to extend him, as Barkley now haunts them as a division rival. Worst commencement speech, Harrison Butker. Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker received controversy after delivering a controversial commencement speech at Benedictine College. His remarks on topics like abortion, homosexuality, and COVID-19 vaccinations drew widespread backlash, forcing the NFL to distance itself from Butker. Despite the uproar, the Chiefs doubled, signing Butker to a $25.6 million extension. Best Pick 6, Leonard Williams. Seattle defensive lineman Leonard Williams made history in early December with a 92-yard pick 6 against his former team, the New York Jets. It was the most extended interception return by a defensive lineman over 2 decades, and helped Williams mark a signature moment in his career. Worst Super Bowl hangover, San Francisco 49ers. After a strong showing in Super Bowl LVII, the 49ers have completely fallen off track in 2024. Injuries to key players like Christian McCaffrey have derailed their season, leaving them at 6-10 and on the brink of a disappointing playoff miss. Some wonder if a different coin toss decision in overtime could have changed the course of their season.